Hi guys! In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how I cottagecore a dress. So I purchased this green sundress off of eBay. I really love the colors, but not quite my style. So I've added a dark green shirt and also some flowers. So let's get into this. So this is the sundress that I purchased off of eBay. It's a very lightweight dress. And to show you guys the back side of things, it's got a really beautiful ties where you can create a bow. And it's also got some elastic on the back, I think just to cinch the waist a little bit. And this is a very lovely dark green shirt. This is an Old Navy shirt, and I really loved how lightweight it is. I thought it would just be the perfect way to accompany a lightweight sundress, and it's got these really fun sleeves on it. And just really simple on the back. So my first step here is to remove the elastic. For my style of clothing, I like clothes just to be a little more loose. I prefer not to have things that are cinched at the waist. So I didn't think that this elastic was really doing anything for the dress at all. So I'm just removing the elastic. So the hard part is always to get out your seam rippers and actually remove all of the stitching, because you want to be really delicate about it. You don't want to pierce the fabric. And you can do this with seam rippers or even tiny little scissors, but it's usually a bit of a process here. And after that's all done, you've got a mess on your hands. So the next step is just to cut out the elastic. And just remove any of the loose threads that you can. And after you remove the threads, it starts looking a little more pretty. And I'm using these little clips that I got off of Amazon. I'm a big fan of the clips. If I can avoid piercing the fabric with pins, I will. So clips are a really good option. Plus, they're so easy to move around while you're sewing. You know, while you're sewing, if a clip is in the way, you just move it down a couple of inches, and you know you're back to sewing. It's a lot easier than dealing with the pins, I think. So the stitch that I'm doing here is I'm just snagging a thread or two on one side of the fabric, and then piercing the area that used to have the elastic in it. All right, so I have re-added the sundress to the shirt, and we're gonna just sew on the two items together here. And I did actually end up using some of my pins to position the two articles together. There are some places in sewing where the clips just do not work, where you just have to get out your pins. All right, so for the back, I decided to do some stitching here as well. I realized that after I loosened up the elastic, it was a little bulgy back there. So definitely need to sew the two pieces together back there as well, just for modesty's sake. So I'm using the same stitch that I'm using before here. So now that we've sewn together the shirt and the dress, now it's time to make some flowers. So I'm using a green material and also a yellow material. I thought both of these would look really fun with the two colors that we've got going on for the sundress and the shirt. So I've got 2 layers of the flower, and I'm also going to be adding in a layer of jersey knit. And I've pinned these 3 layers together. I think just to keep them in place while I do some sewing here. So the stitch that I'm doing is an overlock stitch. And I'm just going to be using the same stitch all around these flowers. And doing these stitches took actually a few hours. This is a time intensive kind of step. So put on your favorite movie and kick back, and you don't need a lot of attention for these steps. It's just a lot of tiny little stitches. So for the yellow circle, I'm actually using 3 layers of the jersey knit between them. I wanted this section to stand out a little bit more than the other than the petals, just to give it a little bit of a different dimension. And I'm using the same stitch that I'm using on the petals, so just an overlock stitch. So to sew the yellow portion to the petals, I'm using my clips just to keep it in place so it doesn't start moving around on me. So I put the dress back on the mannequin just so I could place the flowers. I decided it would be better to place the flowers when I could see everything all at once. So that's what I'm doing here, is just doing just one pin just to get them in place, just so I can see what the overall thing is gonna look like after I get everything sewn on. So to sew on these flowers to the dress, I'm just using a really simple kind of straight stitch along the edges. I'm using an off-white kind of thread, which I think makes it a little more invisible, not so noticeable. And here is the finished dress. I really love the two shades of green. I think the two shades of green work really well together. And I've got all of my stitching, and the strap I've just left loose. And I've got my very lovely flowers. I really like how those flowers turned out. I think they turned out really well. I think they're kind of fun and kind of cottagecore and just something fun and unique on the dress. And then here is the back. So I've got the back all sewn up, and I've left the bow kind of loose so the wearer can decide what kind of bow they want to use. And I've actually launched a website, and I decided to sell this dress on my website, frugalcarrie.com. So if you're interested and you're a size extra small, definitely give it a look. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.